Welcome once again to Vlog. I am your host. Today, I'm going to be talking about the potential new land at Disney's Animal Kingdom that may replace Dinoland USA and giving my analysis of the situation. At D23, they announced preliminary plans to replace Dinoland USA with a land themed to Moana and Zootopia. They didn't show a whole lot except some concept art, so this is purely speculation. We don't really know when or if it's actually going to happen, but I'm pretty excited. Dinoland USA is kind of the forgotten section of the park. It used to have 3 attractions, now it's down to 2, and with the expansion, it'll be back up to 3 again. I wouldn't expect them to get any new places to eat. They'll probably just get new names and maybe they'll change up the menu. So, based on this art, it looks like the old dinosaur attraction is going to be replaced by a Zootopia attraction. It's unknown if it's going to be a retheme of dinosaur or if they're going to replace it with a whole new section. If I had to guess, they'll probably just retheme the attraction. It's a whole lot cheaper for them to update and retheme it than it would be to do something entirely new. I kind of expect them to just reuse the old track with a new Zootopia storyline. They didn't really say anything one way or another, but at the very least, it appears that they'll be reusing the show building for the new attraction. I think we can all expect the Shakira song from the movie to be featured. Ideally, I'd like a new attraction. Given what Disney has been doing recently, if they went with a new attraction, it would probably be a trackless dark ride like Mickey's Runaway Railway and Remy. Since this is a kid section, I think it would be pretty appropriate. One more possibility is that they could be a clone of Shanghai Disneyland's Zootopia attraction. I just don't see Disney going with something new, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Regardless of what happens, I'm really excited to see what they end up doing. Next, we can see the Moana section. The most obvious thing we see is an aerial carousel ride that will be replacing Triceratops Spin. It kind of looks like the old attraction, so it's just a retheme of that attraction, but it may be cheaper just to put in a new one. The attraction is turning 21 years old this year, so it may be near the end of life for an aerial carousel anyway. I think it's going to be a toss-up as to whether or not Disney puts in a new ride or if they just fixed up the old one. I think it'll all just have to do with cost. The carnival games don't appear in the art, so I kind of expect that they'll be gone. We can't see the playground, but I really hope it stays. Finally, we got the new major Moana attraction that will be replacing the already demolished Primeval Whirl roller coaster. I know there were some people who were sad about the ride being demolished, but I think it was necessary. This particular installation had previously killed 2 cast members, and this particular model has been notoriously bad. Personally, I just don't think they should have ever put it in Disney World. This new ride appears to be a partially enclosed log flume. We can see what I can only presume to be the show building and the exterior of the ride. It looks like the ride vehicles will be pretty similar to Splash Mountain. Honestly, I think that Animal Kingdom could really use another water ride. Animal Kingdom is known as the hottest park at Disney World, so having a fun family ride where the kids can get a little wet is a good thing. What I really like about this new section is that it has potential to breathe new life into the park. Animal Kingdom is my favorite park at Walt Disney World, but it's also the one that's in need of the most amount of work. It addresses a lot of the park's needs. While I enjoy Dinosaur, it's just not a very popular attraction, and a lot of people seem to forget that it was based on the movie. People also seem to forget that Zootopia was a billion-dollar movie, and I think the characters are very marketable to kids. You'd also have the Moana section, and princess merchandise always sells, and I think she fits in quite well. I also think having a Polynesian section of the park would be pretty cool, and I'd be interested to learn about the animals from the region, and maybe Disney could help with conservation efforts in the area. Right next to the new land, we have some shows like Finding Nemo the musical, along with Kite Tales, so this could end up turning this into a really nice family section of the park. The new land is in the very early stages, and it may or may not ever come to fruition, but I'm still pretty excited. They didn't mention anything about time frame, but I wouldn't expect it soon. Depending on what they do, they could get it done within the next 5 years, but I certainly wouldn't expect it any earlier than that. One advantage with a split land is that they could do it in phases. If the Zootopia attraction is just a retheme, they could just do that one fairly quickly. However, if it's more extensive, they can leave Dinosaur open for now while they finish the Moana and close down Dinosaur with the opening of Moana. Hopefully, we'll get a better idea on the time frame by the next D23 Expo, or in other words, next year. So, those are just my thoughts on the potential new land. Are you excited? Or are you sad to see Dinoland USA go? I know it has its fans. They haven't announced a closure date, so at least there's plenty of time to say goodbye. Thank you for watching my video. These are just my thoughts on the subject, so there's no reason to take anything I said all that seriously. I'm just an old guy learning how to make videos on his Apple Macintosh, and none of what I said should be considered an endorsement of any of the aforementioned products. Thank you again, and I hope you have a magical day.